Hey everybody, Rico here. So today I decided to try something new on my channel and try my hand at a Pokémon challenge. For this one, I'll be attempting to beat Pokémon Fire Red with only a single Growlithe. Stats wise, Growlithe has decent attack and special attack, while being somewhat average everywhere else. We do have a decent move pool, so we've got some nice options for coverage. I'm predicting that Lorelei of the Elite Four will be our hardest challenge. The rules for this challenge are the same as virtually every other one out there. In battle, I can only use the Pokémon the run is centered around, this case being Growlithe. I can have HM users on the team, but can't use them in battle. And lastly, I can't use items except for held items. Remember to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy. Let's get started. So, right off the Zubat, I've replaced Charmander with Growlithe. This ensures that our rival has the water type starter for additional challenge. I named my fire dog Spike. If you get the reference, comment down below and I'll give you a shout out in the next video. Spike has a docile nature, so we have neutral stat gains. And we get the Intimidate ability, a personal favourite of mine. This lowers the attack stat of the first Pokemon we face at the start of a battle. This will no doubt help in long-term survivability. We start with Bite and Roar. The opening rival fight was easy peasy lemony squeezy. He simply couldn't keep up with the damage that we dish out. After nibbling our way through all the bug catchers in Viridian Forest and learning Ember, I headed back to the west of the city to beat down our tosser of a rival in the optional battle. We promptly turned Pidgey into roasted KFC with 2 Embers. Squirtle doesn't know any water moves yet, so we swiftly chomp it down with Bite. Onto the first gym battle with Brock. Bite does a decent job, since all dark type moves are special in Gen 3. But after chomping on Geodude, we end up getting beat by Onix, as we can't quite outspeed it yet. I come back at level 15 and Geodude was an easy 2-shot. We now outsped Onix and took him down in 3 bites. He did get a Rock Tomb for solid damage, but his follow-up attack missed, giving us a fairly easy victory. While making my way through Mount Moon, I kicked this nerd square in the Pokeballs and made off with one of his fossils. I forgot which one, so ask me in the comments and help jog my memory. I'm not confident in my ability to beat Misty yet, so let's try the rival. We quickly roasted Pidgeotto, and even managed to burn him with Ember. Surprisingly, he never went for his infamous sand attack. Squirtle only went for one water gun, so after sinking our teeth into him a few times he passed out from the massive hickey we gave him. Abra can't fight back yet, so we one-shot him. And Rattata did whittle us into red health, but we proved to be tougher and outmuscled him. After clearing Nugget Bridge and the trainers to the north, we gave Misty a shot. We can one-shot Staryu, but Starmie is too strong and even outspeeds us. Not to worry, we've got other fish to fry in the meantime. Let's face our rival on the SS Anne. We actually managed to burn Pidgeotto on the first turn again with our newly learned Flame Wheel, and even managed to get past him without getting hit with Sand Attack. Wartortle only hit us once, so we took him down in 3 hits. Raticate did manage to get us to low health, but we roasted him sharpish. Kadabra is physically frail, so it goes down in 1 secret power. GG. Let's try Misty again. Staryu goes down to 1 secret power, and now we managed to outspeed Starmie and 2-shot it. Take that, you stupid fish. Now on to Lieutenant Surge. Voltorb went down in a single dig that we got from the Rocket Grunt in Cerulean. Pikachu did the same, but we got paralysed off his static ability. Raichu managed to set up 2 double teams, yet despite the odds, we powered through and took him out in a single dig. Good boy, Spike. Erica's Grass Gym and Celadon is next. Victory Bell and Tangela were one-shots with Flame Wheel, but Vileplume decided to be stubborn and hung on, only to paralyse us with Stun Spore. After Erica healed with a Hyper Potion, we eventually took it down in 2 attacks, while only suffering a smidgen of damage. Time for Giovanni in the Rocket Corner hideout. Onix failed to attack due to flinching off of Bite, and went down in 2 hits. Rhyhorn wasted time with Scary Face, and was also a 2-shot. Kangaskhan got burned off Flame Wheel. Man, we really are getting some great burn luck in this run. As such, her Mega Punches hardly do any damage, and we took her out quickly, forcing the Rocket Boss to run off like a pussy. Time to take on our rival at the Pokemon Tower. It was hardly worth recapping, his entire team was either a 1 or 2-shot sweep. In spite of how easy that was, I'm not looking forward to our next encounter with him. By the time we make it to Koga, we're level 51. Coughing was a 1-shot, but Muck gives us problems. He buffs his evasion with Minimize and eventually poisons us with Sludge, and from there, we lose. I come back after taking out every available trainer and the fighting dojo, gaining 6 levels in the process, and now holding leftovers to keep us healthy. Coughing is a 1-shot as before, and we actually managed the 2-shot Mug, even through the Minimize. The second Coughing was another Oko, and we got yet another burn on Wheezing. He barely did any damage and healed with a Hyper Potion, but our next combo of flamethrower and burn damage took him down. Man, Spike really is pulling through. I decided to go to Cinnabar Island next to challenge Blaine for some easy experience. Growlithe and Ponyta were easy enough, while Rapidash went down with a tad more effort, but his Arcanine is a stubborn git. By this time we've had our attack lowered 2 stages due to his Pokemon's Intimidate ability. We kept trading blows for ages, but he eventually took us both down with a takedown. Round 2. This time we get back to Arcanine at full health. We get in a dig while he misses his attack. We use Return next and finish him off with a critical hit. Hell yeah! Time for Rival Fival, shout out to JRose11. This battle is well known for being a massive difficulty spike, so we're going to have to be careful. Pidgeot was a one-shot with a crit, and Blastoise wasted a few turns with Protect, but never got a hit in, and the rest of his team was a one-shot sweep. I expected that to be a lot harder. Giovanni was considerably easier, as he usually is. The only one to do any damage to us was Nidoqueen, who only took us to half health. Oh well, onto the Psychic Gym. Sabrina was the easiest boss so far. Her team is physically frail and we have a strong physical attack being returned, and so we one-shot her entire team. Time for one final battle with Giovanni in the last gym. Our first attempt goes awry, as his Rhyhorn hung on and lowered our speed with Scary Face, and from there, we just lose the race. I try again, but his Nidoqueen got a crit on us, even after we burn her, and we just couldn't heal enough in time for Nidoking. Third time's the charm though, because on this attempt we get a crit on the Queen and one-shot Nidoking, and even beat the second Rhyhorn without taking any damage, while getting yet another burn in the process. I'm gonna have to put up a burn counter at the end of this video. Now we move on to the last rival battle before the Elite Four. We get past Pidgeot and Rhyhorn without much issue, but Blastoise takes us down with a combo of Rain Dance and Water Gun. Let's try again. We get a crit on Blastoise this time, but he still takes us out. Screw it, it's time to grind. I come back at level 69.
Nice.
I try again, but it goes pretty much the same way. I have an idea though. I replace Dig with Sunny Day. This will not only power up our fire moves, but weaken his water attacks. This strategy proves to be sound, as we now one-shot his first 2 Pokemon, and Blastoise wastes every other turn trying to change the weather. As such, he can't keep up with us and we whittle him down. After that, the rest of his team are one-shots. When we get to the Indigo Plateau, we're at level 72. Our stats are decent, but I doubt we can win at this level, so let's grind up a bit. We attempt Lorelei at level 80. Her Dugong has thick fat and is bulky, so we need to be careful. We manage to set up Sunny Day and even inflict another burn, but she resets the weather and we get whittled down before we can take it out. We beat Cloyster pretty easily, and Lapras wasn't too bad, but we got confused and whittled down enough for Slowbro to take us out, but not before inflicting the umpteenth burn. I try again after using all my rare candies and replace Bite with Fire Blast. With these upgrades, we get to Lapras without issue and one-shot her with Fire Blast, without getting confused. Because of this, we managed to recover what little health we had lost by the time Slowbro was out, and took it down with a Flamethrower and Return combo. Jinx couldn't handle a single fire move, so now we give Lorelei the Cold Shoulder and move on to Bruno. He was a complete pushover thanks to our Sunny Day and Flamethrower combo. The sun did fade by the time his Hitmonlee came out, but its physical defense is really bad, so we one-shot him with Return. Now we have to fight the Ghost Trainer Agatha. Surprisingly, the same strategy works wonders on the first try, even with Gengar using Double Team at the start. I really doubt Lance is going to be this easy though. And it isn't. Between Fire Blast's inaccuracy and Aerodactyl lowering our speed with Scary Face, we fail our first attempt. We need to not waste time missing on Gyarados. Second attempt and we get to Dragonite, but we've been worn down too much and slowed down thanks to his bloody terrifying Dactyl. I'll hit you guys up once we get the successful attempt. A few tries later and we finally beat him, but it was super close. We get past Gyarados and Aerodactyl with enough health and not being slowed down. Our biggest issue with Dragonite is that the sun always fades when he comes out. As such, we went back and forth with him, but thankfully beat him due to a crit. The first Dragonair was easy, but the second paralysed us with Thunder Wave and hit us hard with Hyper Beam, bringing us to low health while we failed to attack. Thankfully we finished him off with Return while he was recharging. I don't mind saying I breathed a sigh of relief after we got past him. Time for the champion. He's still a complete tosser. Pidgeot still loves Sand Attack, and Rhydon copies Lance's Aerodactyl and nails us with Scary Face. Because of that, we lose the Weather Wall with Blastoise. I'm not going to go back and forth with that, so it's double team time. This strategy proves to be sound, but not foolproof, as Pidgeot has Aerial Ace to bypass evasion, and even gets a Sand Attack in. But we manage to boost our evasiveness as he switches into Rhydon when his health is low. We beat his Rhino in 2 shots and Blastoise enters the battle. The Pokegods favour us and Fire Blast doesn't miss, bringing him to half health as he sets up Rain Dance and heals with his berry. We set up the Sun again, but even with our increased evasiveness and the Sun weakening his water moves, Hydro Pump hits us incredibly hard. 2 more flamethrowers finish him off. Back to Pidgeot. He heals but doesn't get any damage in before we take him out. Next is Alakazam, who goes down to 1 flamethrower. The sun fades here, and I'm glad that it does, as Exeggutor is next and has Chlorophyll to boost his speed in sunny weather. We burn him to a crisp. Onto Arcanine. I set up the sun again and managed to get a Fire Blast in as he hits us with Flamethrower, but thankfully we managed to outdamage him. Our second attack misses, but so does his, and 1 more Fire Blast finishes him off, winning us the battle and getting us into the Hall of Fame at level 87. So, can you beat Pokemon Fire Red with only 1 Growlithe? Yes you can, and it was a ton of fun. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to throw your Ultra Balls at the like and subscribe buttons, and stay tuned for my next challenge where I attempt to beat Pokemon Gold with the infamous Dunsparce. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!